In this lesson, we're going to be looking for percent increase or decrease. So this lesson is kind of the opposite of yesterday's lesson, where yesterday's lesson we were given the percent increase or decrease and we had to find the new amount. In this lesson, we'll kind of be working backwards to find the increase or decrease in percentage. In our first problem here, it says the original cost of a bicycle was $450 and the selling price of the bicycle at a rental store is $585. We want to find the percent markup, and in this case, a markup would mean that it's going to be an increase in percent. There's a formula that we're going to use to find percent increase or decrease. So to find percent change, we're going to use the formula of the difference of the two values over the original, and then we're going to multiply that by 100% to turn it into a percent. So in this problem here, if we are trying to first find the difference between our two amounts, we have 450 and 585. So we would take 585, subtract 450 from that amount, and we're going to divide that by our original amount, and the original cost was our starting point of 450. When we subtract on top, we end up with 135 divided by 450. And when we divide 135 by 450, that gives us 3/10. Our last step will then be to change the fraction into the decimal, and we can do that by multiplying by 100 or moving the decimal 2 places to the right. So that would be 30%. And then we could say that the retail store marked up the bike by 30%, or there was a 30% increase in the price, or the markup was 30%. Any of those ways are any acceptable ways to answer this. In the second example here, we're given that there are 2,176 members in a club, and the number of members dropped to 1,980. We're trying to find the percent decrease. Even if it didn't say percent decrease and it just said find the percent change here, we could tell that it's a decrease because last year there were 2,176 and this year there are 1,980, which is a decrease in member enrollment in this club. So we want to again use our formula of change or difference divided by the original, and then we're going to multiply that by our 100% to change it into a decimal. So if we set up this one here, our change would be 2,176 minus 1,980, and this is going to show us how many members left the club going into this year. And when we get that number, we're going to divide it by 2,176 because that was our original. When we subtract and find the change, there was a difference of 196 members. So that means that 196 members left the club. And we're going to divide that by 2,176. And when we divide that by 2,176, we get approximately here 9 hundredths, and if you put this in your calculator, it's going on for a while here, so we would just cut it off at this 9 hundredths and round it to that hundredths place, and then we could multiply it by 100% to change it to a percent, which would give us 9% as our answer. And we would say that there was a 9% decrease in membership for this club.